Get huge savings all summer long with the Buy Here, Sell Here program at the Team Automotive Group. Sell your vehicle to us and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Hello, happy Tuesday. Good morning. Welcome for everyone joining us on 9 News Now.
Bienvenue. Welcome to WAFB Plus and 9 News Now. As you mentioned, boy, I tell you what, I almost put on a coat today. No, I didn't. But
thinking about it.
I really do. I'm going to go mow the lawn, and it's going to be chilly out there. No, it's not going to be. But when we look at the potential for today, it's weird what the normal has become and what we got used to, and used to is a relative term, over the last couple months with crazy temperatures and the feel-likes. Today is what it's supposed to be in South Louisiana.
This is our break. Thanks to Dr. Steve Caparata, the First Alert Weather Team, bringing us some kind of reprieve on this normal summer-like pattern in South Louisiana. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, and we're extra thankful for the normal when you consider what's happening off to our east and southeast this morning. We're going to start you out with a look at the tropics and really two systems. First, I want to show you, look at Franklin out here in the Atlantic. Man, just a buzzsaw. That's Category 4. Fortunately, the core will miss Bermuda, that little black dot. But of course, the focus right now on Idalia, because that one is going to very directly impact land and especially Florida. It is gradually strengthening this morning. Look at the outflow now expanding to the north. See those clouds starting to grow to the north? That's evidence that the environment is pretty quickly now becoming more favorable. That has been anticipated. So we just got in the updated intermediate advisory. So with this one, we get basically new stats, coordinates, wind speeds, things like that. Not a new forecast track. That won't be until 10 o'clock. You can see here in red a big chunk of the Florida coastline under hurricane warnings. Winds have increased though since the last advisory, 80 miles per hour. The pressure has dropped a little bit. That's more evidence of the storm gradually getting better organized, gradually strengthening here in the southeastern Gulf of Mexico. The National Hurricane Center calling for rapid intensification through the day today, tonight, right on through landfall tomorrow morning. So you see a 3 here out over the Gulf, a 1 just west of Jacksonville, but in between, this is forecast to reach the coast as a Category 3 major hurricane tomorrow morning. And then from there, it's going to impact areas from southeast Georgia up into coastal, at least South Carolina, maybe coastal North Carolina, and it might even kind of get trapped out here in the western Atlantic next week. That may be something to watch on down the line, but our focus for right now is especially going to be on Florida, which is facing the potential of a major hurricane landfall. Now, this is the forecast storm surge from the National Hurricane Center. Peak surge values, the white line, their official forecast, and especially places like Cedar Key here, really going to be hit by the surge. In this red area, the National Hurricane Center saying up to 8 to 12 feet of storm surge. But I also want you to notice, even with the track that's a good bit north and northwest of Tampa, 4 to 7 feet of surge into Tampa Bay potentially. So the impacts, as we often tell you, extend well beyond that center. All right, here's our First Alert Radar Network this morning. Locally, we're mainly dry. I've seen a couple of sprinkles showing up, mainly dry outside right now, but as I'll show you in a moment, good rain chances expected to return later on today. Right now, temperatures mid to upper 70s in most areas. Baton Rouge, Hammond, Gonzales, Homa, all checking in at 75. So a few spotty showers possible this morning. Otherwise, temperatures upper 80s to near 90 at noon. And then into the afternoon, rain chances 50 to 60%. Now, this is what Matt and Liz were kind of talking about. Finally, a day near normal. A high of 92, normal high today 91. So no heat advisory, no excessive heat warning, and maybe we get a little more rain to kind of help alleviate some of the drought conditions. Let's give you a look at that here on Futurecast. It does show by noon scattered showers and a few storms breaking out, a little more numerous south by 10 according to the graph. But into the afternoon, it gets it fairly active. That's 3:30 with scattered to numerous storms showing up. Those continue through late afternoon and then diminish into the evening as we lose daytime heating. There's a few features here in play. There's a weak front draped across South Louisiana, meandering nearby. One little upper air disturbance now is just off to our east. There's another little disturbance spinning along the coast. All of those combining to keep us with one more day. Pretty good rain chances. But as Idalia lifts up to the north, on its western side, we'll see an increasing northerly flow in our part of the world. That's a drier flow. So tomorrow, Thursday, look to be dry here locally. Now the upside, it's kind of mixed news. The upside to how it feels to us, humidity is going to be noticeably lower Wednesday and Thursday. The potential bad news with that is lower humidity and also a bit of an increase in wind speeds tomorrow and Thursday means the fire risk goes back up a bit. So we'll have to watch that. By Labor Day weekend, humidity is rebounding, isolated rains Friday, scattered storms Saturday and Sunday. Right now for Labor Day Monday, I've got rain chances at 30%, high around 96, and then could be getting hotter again, maybe back into the upper 90s beyond Labor Day. All right, 7:08 now with the check on your Tuesday morning drive. Here's John.
Boy, it sure is congested. College at Perkins, a power pole been hit, and that's going to create lots of headaches for a lot of folks. We'll get onto that in just a little bit. Right now out of Denham Springs, we're starting to see our backups tapping some brakes right around Jubin, all the way to this point of the interstate. That's your range on-ramp. Then it thins out a little over 4-H Club Road, and we take it right on down toward that area, as we can see right when you get on the interstate at Jubin, then right on through the heart here of the main part of the interstate. That's I-12 at 4-H Club Road, Amite River Bridge, and on toward O'Neill Lane. From O'Neill to Millerville, see a little bit of a backup there, as again, usual this morning. And there it is. That's the O'Neill Lane on-ramp way back here that you can kind of see. And then there's your Millerville on-ramp and Millerville Road across the interstate. Drive time 17 minutes coming in from Jubin for the 1012. You can see the breakdown, most of that Jubin to the Amite River Bridge. Then it breaks up a little bit from there. And again, we're going to look at that in a little more detail this morning. This the Perkins Road and College Drive area, right in the South Downs area, very, very congested this morning. Possible power pole been hit by a vehicle, so we'll look at that in a little bit. 7:09, 9 minutes after. We do it every morning, 7 o'clock. You've asked us to give you a little consolidated version of 9 News this morning. We do it with Matt and Liz in Studio B. Guys.
Johnny, thanks. And we've got a crew on the way to that incident there on Perkins to keep our eyes on that.
So once we get there, we'll of course let you know, kind of give you a look at what exactly is going on. Giving you a look here, though, this is going to be kind of the top story for the next number of days. Hurricane in the Gulf. It's not coming to Louisiana.
Right.
Headed to some friends there in Florida. Florida looks like they're going to take a big hit.
Yeah, yesterday we were talking about this as a tropical storm. It is now Hurricane Category 1, expected to hit western Florida. And so our weather team, Steve and the crew, keeping an eyes on all of this. But the people in Florida bracing for what's to come, right? We've been watching the track and how it's toggled. But people in Tampa Bay expected to get some kind of impacts here, right? So a lot to keep our eyes on, especially when we're talking the next 24-hour window. Well,
when you talk about hurricanes, we know very well, obviously the wind, the rain, but the most deadly impact can be the storm surge. And when you look at a place just north of Tampa into that Big Bend area, they're talking surges of into the double digits, possibly 10 feet in Tampa. So that's a lot to pay attention to. We'll keep you in the know with all this, but this big storm is looking like it's going to make a big time impact. From that storm to this one, this is Hurricane Ida, right? And so, exactly, going back a couple, was there a claim? Did you make a claim that you don't feel like your insurance fully covered on?
If you feel that way, well, today is the last day. It is the deadline to file a suit against your insurance company, especially maybe one of the ones, the insurers who may have gone bankrupt before. Well, Jim Donellan says today's that deadline, and if you want to file, there's a link to go to the Louisiana Department of Insurance website to get that process expedited and get that form filled out.
Okay, I want to actually show you real quick. I want to bring up this shot that Johnny was just talking about. Our Brandon Shackelford actually on the scene right now. This is that power pole. You can see a light pole, obviously bent over and has been hit. So this is right there along Perkins. Yeah,
so if you're going down Perkins East, kind of headed away from College, this is past that College area. Johnny mentioned it's a South Downs neighborhood. A mess. When you're talking about power poles here, a car was there earlier with injuries, which we've told EMS is working to transport that person to a hospital. But Matt, look at that. All those power poles swaying. So inevitably, we're going to check on power outages in the South Downs neighborhood. Also checking on some of the light signals in that area because Perkins can be a busy corridor on an early morning.
Yeah, they have the crews out there right now checking on everything. And if this is your route, obviously find another one. They're going to shut this down until they know everything is safe, and they got to obviously get stuff stood back up again. I know, look at that thing, just snapped right there. Brandon Shackelford on the scene for you this morning. We'll get you caught up with everything. Okay, from that to this, I want to let you know this is actually going on today. Public invited, Baton Rouge Fire Department saying goodbye, final goodbyes to one of their captains.
Captain Philip Paternostro. Being laid to rest officially today. A wake begins at 9 in the morning. It's going to go until 11 o'clock where there's going to be a funeral service. Public is invited to attend, but there's not going to be a procession if you're looking for one. So just know that's going to be happening today. In order to make sure that Baton Rouge firefighters are able to attend his funeral and wake today, other fire agencies from across the state are stepping up and answering 911 calls. So if you have a fire emergency today and you see a different agency, maybe from a different parish, not in our area, that's why. There's no better way to say I've got your back than something like this.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, also going on today as well, free AIDS health screening. This is Our Lady of the Lake partnering with a local church to make sure you have this access.
Kind of around Tony's Seafood part of the world, Plank, off of Plank on Maple. So if you're looking to get some free screenings today for HIV or AIDS, free, take advantage of it if you're looking for some resources to get some help.
I want to let you know about this, what you need to know about the upcoming election. Cali Story, you can begin to register and get that taken care of.
Make sure it's all done and ready before that first primary there. This week is the week to get it all done. Make sure your address is changed, information is all updated.
Want to let you know a couple things, of course. We talked a little bit about this. Amazon raising their Prime, like the free shipping stuff. You got to put more into the basket now.
And this is for non-Prime members. The Prime members, y'all are fine.
Good.
It's for the folks who try to take advantage of that free shipping for $25 worth of merchandise. You'll now be paying $35 worth of merchandise. This is being tested and rolled out for certain zip codes.
Right. So what are you going to have to throw into the basket now, guys, to make sure that, well, I mean, if you're Prime, you're good to go. You guys Prime members?
Yeah, absolutely. $14.99
well, you're good.
a month.
I'm not.
You're not?
No. I can't justify paying. I don't order enough on Amazon.
We're going to have to shop for
But now
Liz.
I'm stuck.
Yeah, we're gonna have to shop
Boy, I
for
do.
Liz.
Look at the bottom right square of that while you're on the screen. That's that power pole near Glasgow. That's between Lee Drive, College Drive, and Glasgow. And I just checked with Entergy just a few moments ago. There do not seem to be any power outages in that area, so that's good news.
Awesome.
But major traffic on Perkins Road in the South Downs area.
Man, that is certainly a mess. We're going to keep our eyes on this. Johnny A is going to keep his eyes on how this impacts your morning drive. Certainly a mess here at 7.
Well, I tell you what, enjoy your very average day weather-wise, South Louisiana. Who knows how long it's going to last, huh?
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.